Game. Hold on, this hand.
we got to redo
Sorry.
that.
All
right. Welcome to another episode of Velocity Chaos!
Coming to you at the speed of sound, we are on the air at the Hexapod Sound House in Cleveland, Ohio, dropping mics or at least knocking them off the table. We are excited to have you for another episode of our podcast, Velocity Chaos. Welcome. My name is Nick, and I am joined by the exclusive, elusive co-host, Luke.
Well, thank you for having me. That's why we can't have nice things, because we're knocking stuff off the table with our topics and opinions and mainly hands and arms. I just want to thank DJ Endzone.
Hey. Thanks for having me this episode, guys. Glad to be here.
Hell yeah. What do we got today?
Well, here at the Velocity Chaos podcast, we explore the highest heights of human knowledge and the lowest depths of crude humor. Our mission is to tickle that pink thing between your ears, poke that frontal lobe, or sometimes just smash the laugh box. So hop in, buckle up for an infotainment ride across the universe.
And don't forget to check us out on all the social medias. Follow us on Instagram at Velocity Chaos Pod and on Facebook. Also, drop us some stars on iTunes and whatever the Spotify thing does. That's cool too. Toss us a sub on the YouTubes. Thank you guys always for the support, because without you, we'd just be doing this for us. So let's get to it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for a spectacle that you've probably seen before 1,000 times over, tens of thousands of performances, the greatest showmanship on planet Earth? Top 10 is what we're getting into. We have a new segment. We're calling it, Do You Know What's Popular? And we're just going to, this would be like a top 10 segment where we delve into the top 10 things, and not necessarily your general, like, oh, what's the top 10 cups? I don't know.
The ones that work.
But maybe taking a little twist. So this week, what I want to talk about, magicians. Are you into
Love
magic?
it.
You a magic man?
I'm a magic man.
What
Dude,
about
I'm into magic?
DJ Endzone? What about you?
Oh, you know I'm all about the magic, dude.
All about the voodoo?
I'm into that dark magic.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're more into the Dark Island magic kind of shit.
So I don't want to get in who are the top 10 magicians.
Oh,
Not just that.
yeah, because that's an endless debate. That's
Yeah.
forever.
It's Houdini.
Yeah,
But aside from that, like, who's two? You're asking like who's 2 through 10
Yeah.
at that point.
yeah.
I want to know who are the top 10 grossing magicians, like net worth.
Ooh, okay, net worth. Good. Because this is just the parameters. This is all in. This isn't just shows. This isn't just LA. This is like all time. Okay.
Yeah, what, like, maybe you wrote a book, or maybe you did some TV shows. So it's like, it's not just who is the best illusionist or
Yeah.
actual wizard, perhaps. So
Actual wizards, because we know they're out there. Ian McKellen,
Yeah,
highest grossing wizard of
Yeah.
all time.
exactly. And then do you take those X-Men as wizards too, like, or are they
Metal
sorcerers?
wizards.
Technically sorcerers. I don't know. Okay.
Sorcerer Supreme.
Before we get into it, do you guys have any guesses who would be on this list?
Yeah, I definitely have a guess. At least of a couple names. I don't know where they rank, but
Yeah, throw them out. Like, what are you thinking?
I gotta put. I'm gonna put Penn and Teller in the top 3.
I
Are
think,
you? They go as a group, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
It's not independent.
Divide in half. Penn and Teller's definitely in the top 3
Yeah, I like that.
because they have a lot of TV shows now and all that stuff. So I'd
That's
put Penn
a
and
good
Teller
guess.
in the top 3. I would say Copperfield probably in the top 3 just because he's been around for so long. And he's
Yeah.
probably the most synonymous
And
with
he-
modern magic.
And he has like investment in copper, so
Whole fields of copper. He owns whole fields of copper. David Copperfield, and then it's like I know Chris Angel. I'm acting really smart. I'm just naming you just magicians I know.
Hey, that's all you gotta do sometimes. Just show up.
I think there's a duel between Chris Angel and David Blaine. I think those guys they're about the same. They have the same gimmick.
A little similar kind of like. We'll get into it, but
okay.
I just want to throw this like clickbait title out there. Top 10 Networth Magicians. Number 6 will blow your mind. All right.
I anticipate it.
Yeah. All right. So let's get into this. Number 10. You just said his name. David Blaine.
Oh, wow.
He goes back to, 80s, 90s with that street magic.
Really?
Yeah.
He was around in the 80s?
I think he was like getting started, but
Okay.
he kind of started that street magic vibe of like low key, pick a card, and then
I'm gonna pull this out of my chest.
Exactly. No, just watch.
And everyone's like throwing up in bags.
Yeah.
There's an assistant passing out like air flight bags. This is gonna gross you out.
Exactly. Like so, he had that like no energy, but like just kind of cool, like nothing can phase me.
The emo black clad eyeliner magician guy.
It was pretty sweet in a way. Like it's like this guy's these guys an actual wizard, and then pulling shit out of his eyeball or something. But yeah, so it was like what you would think like a huge contrast to big showman stage magicians. Like he's just out there with the people on the street. This is it. Like bare bones.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna hit you hard without being flashy.
Okay.
And then what was that? YouTube. So those people did those YouTube videos.
Oh yeah, they were trolling David Blaine every day. It's like a guy would like tape like a felt mustache on, go around and make doves fly out of people's butts. It was great.
What the F, David Blaine? That's just what I remember. Like Cheez-Its. Like he's like, what's in that cup? It's orange soda, whatever. It's like, is it orange soda? And then, oh my God, they're Cheez-Its. What the F? It was so that was like great time for the internet.
Yeah. The golden ages.
All right, moving on. Number 9, the Amazing Jonathan. Are you guys aware of the Amazing?
Yeah, the Amazing Jonathan, because he was a stand-up comic too, right?
Yeah, like
he had a whole bit. Yeah.
Blended the gap of comedy and magic.
Yep.
Crude humor, like just disgusting stuff. I remember watching him, and it's like, man, this guy is hilarious. And I went through and watched like a clip from all these, and like just the misdirection of his jokes. Like,
yeah,
he could. I feel like he could make it as a comedian. He can make it as a magician. Like doing both equally well and awesome and amazing. I mean.
Yeah. To piggyback off that, he's a wacky guy, and there's the Amazing Jonathan documentary. That's the title of the documentary.
I gotta watch.
But it's worth a watch because there's this filmmaker starts like getting to know him really personally, and there's some really dark stuff. Because where it's challenging to be a magician and be an entertainer, it's also challenging to be a comedian. As we just saw with like Bob Saget passing the road, being on the road, doing all that stuff. Yeah, send him off. R.I.P. Lots of love. But like the idea of constantly having to entertain people from multiple angles. Because not only do you have humor fans in the audience, not only do you have magic fans in the audience, you have blended audience. You got to splice both. The documentary goes into it, but he's a crazy dude. He's like, yeah, man, he's talking directly to like the documentary filmmakers. Like, you have this whole this is you. You have exclusive rights. And then like halfway through the documentary, there's like other people like walking around with like cameras. And it's like he pitted 2 documentary film crews against each other at the same time to like capture his life. It's a good documentary. It's really wild. So I recommend that one.
Cool. All right, we'll get into the next one. Number 8, you might not have heard of him. Uri Geller. And
rings a bell.
Yeah, like the name pops like, oh, that sounds familiar. So what he did is controversial magic, name and magic. And so what he does is he claims to have psychokinetic abilities, the ability to move things with his mind, and he claimed to be like actually psychic as well.
Okay.
And he was on Johnny Carson way back in the day, and they had all these things set up that he can bend spoons just by like rubbing them or looking at them, or they had like this like pyramid of water cups or like triangle. Or one of them didn't have water or something, or one of them did have, and he was like supposedly able to put his hand over and tell which of the 10 had water. And this man, he might not have any of these abilities, but he does have the ability to bullshit for 20 minutes.
That's brilliant.
And extend time and just pass like, oh, I'm not feeling the cosmos right now. But he made all his money. He's selling, like books and stuff. And the other thing is
big publishing.
Yeah, big publishing.
Okay.
And I forgot it, so we're just gonna move on because
okay. What was that? Number 7?
That was number 8.
Number 8.
And on number 7,
we got some ground to make.
Yeah, we do. Hans Klock. Oh, let me run back real quick. And so David Blaine was 12 million. Amazing Jonathan 15 million. Uri Geller 20 million. Hans Klock 25 million. So he's a big showman.
Whoa.
Kind of looks like Patrick Swayze in a way.
Yeah.
He is considered to be the world's fastest illusionist. So he'll get on stage and like in 5 minutes he'll rattle out like 40 illusions of
really,
of like changing his clothes, changing someone else's clothes, like getting through like these bars and like hands chained. And,
what's this guy's name?
Hans Klock.
Hans Klock.
Hans Klock.
With a K. So he's just like, if he had a Vegas show, he would easily be at the top of this list because he would go in, be like, boom, 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 boom. 10 minutes later, all right, everybody, that's the show. Get out, get the fuck out. And then like,
we got to reset.
Leaves, resets. Another show comes in. And he just works for 3 hours a day. And he's the highest grossing magician.
I mean, that's why he's a $25 million net worth.
Yeah.
He's the hardest working magician.
Brilliant. He's just working smarter, not harder. There you go.
All right. Number 6, the one that's going to blow your mind that you did not expect, but you love him. I know you love him. Neil Patrick Harris.
What?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
What?
He is a legit magician. Ever since a kid, he's always loved magic, according to this interview with that I saw. I forgot who it was. He's gone as far as serving as the president of the board of directors of Hollywood's Magic Castle. And, I mean, compared to, like, he doesn't do shows.
That's why Barney was always trying to do stuff at the show.
Exactly.
Right?
That's a personal touch from How I Met Your Mother character Barney Stinson. Like he's doing magic tricks. So
what?
He probably added that in on his own.
Yeah. That's weird. His Wikipedia page: actor, singer, writer, producer, and television host. Which is like, I feel like you should put magician right at the front of that.
Yeah. People are like, wait, what?
Yeah.
And then more people would know.
Let's edit it right now.
So, yeah, I mean, I feel like on the list, like, comparatively to everyone else, he's not famous for magic. And then, made, but 40 million otherwise, like, that's pretty sweet. And moving on, number 5, Chris Angel, Mind Freak. $50 million.
Whoa.
All the rage in the early aughts. And, But yeah, like you said earlier, he's kind of got that David Blaine vibe. Like, I think he's a little more edgy emo than David Blaine was.
He probably just capitalized on that feel, like at a more modern era that wanted it.
Yeah.
So it was really like Blaine precursor and paved the way, and then Chris Angel was just like, I'm gonna take this. I remember Chris Angel doing bigger kind of like stunts and stuff for MTV.
Yeah,
like he kind of got the TV contracts and stuff like that.
Yeah, and that's the thing. He's doing a lot of TV shows. That's why he kind of built up. And I think he's trying to get a new Mind Freak out.
Okay.
In recent times.
No.
Thing with him though is like people just criticize him for having staged or plants of actors for his stuff. So
yeah.
It just doesn't look as authentic for some of them. Too big of a production for street magic, I feel. Moving on. So Chris Angel, 50 million. Lance Burton, 100 million.
Lance Burton.
He's, I would consider just like a classic stage performer magician. Clean cut, sharp, got the pigeons, the whole shebang.
Oh, yeah.
31 years of performing in Vegas.
Whoa.
One thing about him, 100 million. One thing that I remember as a kid is it was like the Lance Burton, like some event on TV, and he was like, all right, so what I want you to do, take like a quarter, get a quarter in your hands, kids, put that quarter in your hand, cover it up so that there's no light getting in. Now hold it and then whisper into your hand 3 times, Lance Burton. So like, Lance Burton, Lance Burton, Lance Burton. And then no, he's like, what I want you to do, go run into your bedroom and put that under your pillow. and so I'm like, okay, sweet. So we'd go do that, and you wake up in the morning and it's like turns into $1. It's like, oh shit. Lance Burton's the fucking man. Later on, I kind of pieced it together that probably as we ran out of the room, he was like, all right, parents, this is your cue.
Yeah.
Take $1, put it on their pillow. Like, you know.
Yeah. Which is brilliant. Just get the whole family involved.
Exactly. But I always remembered that, like I just thought his name always stuck in my mind because of that.
Yeah. That was 5.
That was 4.
4 at 100 million. So there's 3 left.
3 left.
Whoa, these numbers are getting big.
Yeah. So 3, a pair, and you said top 3, didn't you?
Yeah.
Siegfried and Roy.
Siegfried and Roy.
Yeah. The Tiger Kings, the real Tiger Kings. Siegfried and Roy, may they rest in peace.
Man, I forgot about
amazing showmen using white lions and tigers in their show, notoriously back in 2003. Roy was attacked by one of the stage tigers, Montecore. He was going.
Montecore.
He felt something was off. Like he saw. They say that the tiger saw someone in the front row, maybe killed his mother or something. It was just something flashy something. Yeah, like kind of like thrown off. So Roy stepped in between them, and to try to calm Montecore down, and then kind of took the brunt of just couldn't get him under control.
I feel like you're asking for it at that point. I'm in that camp. Yeah.
So he saved somebody's life.
He saved someone's life, but
he should be well rewarded.
Exactly. And he was like, he's not a bad tiger. It was just
he's not a bad tiger.
It's just circumstance.
I bet you it was just somebody like some Las Vegas person just sequence.
Yeah.
Like, and the tiger was like, oh, freaking out. Yeah. I must get it. Or they're just wearing like a really weird dress with a bunch of like little things, just like jangling like bells. They're just like, oh, this is my cool outfit for New Year's
or like
Eve.
Like strings,
like jingling and jangling as they're laughing. It's like a target for Montecore.
That was we got a cat around the same time, and he liked to attack people. So that's why I named him Monty.
Monty, there it is. That's what happened.
That's why. But he was a cool cat.
So what were they worth again?
120 million.
120, but they also had so they had the big cats, and I couldn't remember. I thought they just had the big cats running around, but they did have the magic. Okay.
Yeah, it was magic and
sweet.
But that was their pull is the cats. So number 2, Penn and Teller.
Okay,
300 million. I would argue that they're 2 of the biggest names in magic today.
Yeah,
like performing and in the media and stuff. They've been doing magic together for 45 years.
Wow,
that's insane.
I think so. Teller's the silent one, right?
Yeah.
I thought Teller, like early on, he was a talkie. Like he was always the whole way.
Like I love Penn and Teller, and so Teller even started his magic like back in college, probably before that, but like he was performing silent magic at like parties and stuff.
Wow.
And he's like, even when people would heckle me, I would just be quiet.
It's brilliant.
That's part of the gimmick.
Oh, so that's just a shtick. That's not because I could never figure it out because I'd never gotten into it enough. So I was just like, is this guy really deaf? What's going on?
Yeah. DJ Endzone actually thinks that he's missing his tongue. Like it's just like gone. Just like
it's a great thing to believe when you're a kid.
And I think that kind of boosts his persona. Is just like, and his facial expressions are just so good.
His timing is comedic timing.
45 years.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But he's actually a director too.
Really?
Teller. Yeah.
Huh. Of like stage shows or of
like movies and documentaries and stuff.
Really?
Yeah. So all these magic people or whatever creative types.
Yeah.
It blends the line between mediums.
Yeah.
And number 1 on the list. I know we're running long here. David Copperfield.
Okay, so I got that. I got two in the top 3.
Yeah, and you were right. Nailed it. So yeah, Penn and Teller 300 million. What do you think Copperfield's
650.
At? 650.
700.
700. Man, you guys are selling this man way short. $1 billion.
He's like, watch this. I'm gonna rub my hands. The money in your pocket is now in my pocket.
Yeah, exactly. David Seth Kotkin is his name, or everyone knows him, Mr. David Copperfield. He's done a number of vanishing tricks, including notoriously moving the Statue of Liberty.
Wow.
Other ones such as a commercial airplane, a Learjet. He's teleported. He phased through walls like the Great Wall of China. The man is top of the list of entertainmentship and showmanship. Like,
I don't know how he did that. Like I can't even believe
magic.
Like, yeah, just to conceive. I don't know. I mean, he probably started going to engineering school. He's just like, I'm way better than this.
Well, you know why?
You know Nikola Tesla? Yeah, that guy's small. He's chump change.
Chump change.
Thomas Edison? Forget that guy. Watch this. I'll walk through a wall.
Blow people's minds. Like, they burn people for being witches. What would they have done to magicians?
What would they have done to David Copperfield?
Yeah, David Copperfield.
They wouldn't. He would just teleport them somewhere.
Yeah,
else.
he'd just be like, well, no, David Copperfield is probably the equivalent of Merlin. Like, Merlin was probably just a David Copperfield in his time, but back then, like, people just believed him. You know, like,
Yeah.
Now we're just like have a healthy dose of skepticism from the time we're 3 years old. But back then, you were 30 and you still were. This guy just made a frog jump on my ass. Like,
How you make that frog jump out my ass?
yeah. More witches, very small rocks.
Yeah. No, but yeah, David Copperfield, he's got the goods. You know what else has the goods? The stuff has the goods. That's right. The goods are the main ingredient in the stuff. We talked about the stuff a couple episodes or last episode, but now you can have the goods right at your own fingertips without having to go through the stuff to get it. The goods are exactly what you'd expect them to be. High quality, refined, never touched by human hands until they get to you. The goods have more beneficial properties per capita than any other known water-soluble powder known to anyone that knows anything about any who that lives just about anywhere. Get your hands on the goods today, and at checkout, remember to use code VCPOD20 for a free 25-day size travel pack of the goods. That's VCPOD20, so you can get the goods in your hands tomorrow, today. And this is not an actual product, service, or idea. This is just in case you thought it was. It's not. If there's something out there that you would, with the same name, we are unaware, and we have no affiliation and offer no judgment on the actual product, service, or idea.
That lip lick was perfect.
My bad.
We're going to get into a cool new segment that I've been dying to try. It's going to be really fun. This is definitely a three-person effort, so DJ Endzone is going to be in on this one for sure. It's a longer segment. It's called Buzzkill. And this is how it's going to go. We have a random list of topics that DJ Endzone will be hanging on to. And essentially, we're going to just be on a timer. Luke and I are going to jam, talk about these things as much as we can in a randomized time limit. So we don't know when our segment's going to end and we move on to the next topic. But it's just going to be pack as much opinion, as much energy, and as much just wild velocity chaos fun as we can into each of the topics. So I'm going to let you kick it off on the first one, Luke.
Oh, you didn't hear me talk enough that last one?
And when we're up on the buzzer, when he hits the buzzer and we go to the next topic, you're going to hear classic. So DJ Endzone, he'll hit that and then he'll feed us the next topic. And whoever was not talking, we'll just pick it up.
Okay.
Oh, sound good? We'll give it a go. We're really excited about this one. Let's do it.
All right, boys. First topic is nurses.
Nurses, sexy nurses wearing, I'm sure most nurses probably are just, average people going to work.
People. Well, now they're superheroes, apparently.
They are superheroes. You got the signs.
All right.
Turtles.
Dude, turtles are awesome. I love turtles. Turtles are one of the coolest reptiles. Yeah, they're one of the coolest reptiles. But they're the slowest reptiles.
They live such a sheltered life.
What's better? Tortoises or like sea turtles?
I think they have each their own benefits, kind of like alligators and crocodiles. But turtles are turtles.
Those are a
their
lot
own thing.
closer than tortoises and turtles.
Are they?
Yeah, because the tortoise
What's
is on
the
the land.
difference?
A tortoise is on the
Oh, is
land.
it? Okay.
They live almost exclusively on the land, and the turtles are almost exclusively in the water.
Oh,
Turtles have flippers, and tortoises have the little shuffly feet like this.
like clompers.
Yeah, I almost hit your mic again.
So,
I gotta
so
get
you're
a short
saying
elbow.
Super Ninja, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles
Those are
are
probably
inaccurate.
tortoises? They're more tortoises.
They're more tortoisey.
Whoa!
Teenage Mutant Ninja Tortoise. So yeah, you got the.
Love that. Ninja tortoises.
Nin-
They got it
doesn't
all
roll
wrong.
off the tongue.
Our childhood is a lie.
Dang, Nickelodeon.
Nickelodeon. But still,
Played
okay.
me.
So which one do you think is better?
I mean, tortoises.
You can have a tortoise as a pet.
Hunting.
hunting, you start off, you're out there, you're looking for food. That's what you're trying to feed your family most of the time.
Okay, I'm going to stop you. Have you ever been hunting?
I've never been hunting.
Neither have I. So,
Airplanes.
well, I know you only had been in one.
We've already talked about airplanes.
All right, so first, I'm going to, first class is like this place that none of us ever really get to experience, but I did it one time. And it's worth it. It's only worth it if you're going a long distance flight.
Many hours.
Yeah, if it's like across the U.S., probably first class is cool. If you're going to Europe, first class is cool. If you're just going to 2-3 hour flight, 4 hour flight, 5 hour flight, don't worry about it.
You can hold it.
Economy, you can hold it.
Yeah, and Airplane the movie, brilliant comedy.
Oh yeah.
I gotta go back and rewatch that one. That one is so good, and just so many
Leslie
quick,
Nielsen.
Yeah, Leslie Nielsen, quick jokes, and just that dry humor that I like
Yeah.
or dry delivery.
That's a good point. I like where your brain took that.
Hell yeah.
Airplanes. I heard they're bringing the Concorde back. Did you hear about this? Yeah. So the Concorde can do New York to London in 3.5 hours.
Oh damn.
The regular flight is 7.
When are we gonna get into cannon travel?
Just beaming people. Cannon
shoot
travel.
out of a cannon.
Yeah. Well, I think it's technically kind of what Elon's doing with SpaceX.
Yeah.
Coffins.
Coffin.
Never been in one.
Never. I don't know if I've maybe. No, yeah, but I mean, coffins. Why are coffins so damn expensive? It's just a box that you're going into the ground. Just wrap me up in a bag, throw me into a hole. Who needs all the coffin production?
Coffin production. It's a whole business. I wonder. It's probably. What do you think the net worth of the coffin business is?
I mean, that's the thing. The business to get into, the business of death. People are dying.
Barbers and undertakers. They're never going to go out of business.
No, maybe be a grave digger at some point. I don't know. Get a workout.
Coffin business
for filling holes for your coffins. What's the standard coffin size? We talking, is it 6 feet for most, but then but we gotta make those 6.5, 7s, and then you got the giants. We got bring in the 8-footer.
They cut me off right at the number, but I think it's in the 600 millions.
Jesus.
The coffin industry.
Not as good as David Copperfield.
Copperfield, you can't put me in the ground. All right, so coffins. Why I was you know what, it just must
long
be
one.
It must be you want one?
I said this is a long one.
Yeah.
So the shape though is so iconic. It's so creepy. The
upper they must have been pretty wide at the top back in the day, because they're now they're straight, but yeah, I think when you think of a coffin image, it is it tapers into a trapezoidal.
So that's why I'm wondering, you see him in the cowboy movies. It's just the pinewood box, straight sides.
Yeah.
But where does that iconic Dracula coffin shape come from? That'd be an interesting.
That we'd have to delve into that.
Oh yeah, that might be a whole nother segment.
You know what else?
We gotta keep
people coughing. We maybe twist it.
The Olympics.
They're coming up.
They're coming up
February 3rd.
As of this recording, who knows when this will be out? Maybe it'll be in the past.
Yeah, they're already over.
They're already over. The team won.
Did you know Shaun White coming back just cracks me up?
Is he?
They're putting a lot of ads out for him.
Is he 45?
He's 35.
35.
And I was like, my mom's like, how old is he? I was like, 34. She's like, 35. Dang.
Closer than I thought.
But hey, wouldn't that be cool if he won? Just to rip out another one. But these guys, I saw the X Games, the Aspen Games. They're warming up. I think some of these guys are using it as a warm up, or the guys who didn't get into the Olympics, which I don't know why they didn't get into the Olympics. They're just doing stuff.
Can't let everyone in.
They spun around 2 times back in the day, and it was amazing.
Gorillas. Oh man. Rest in peace, Harambe. My God. Every day I think about Harambe.
That's how you got on Gorillas, right?
Harambe is, man, we can sacrifice a kid. Come on. Gorillas are beautiful creatures.
We have a lot less gorillas than kids. Let's
exactly.
Put it that way.
Like that kid, God forbid any, future accident happens with any kids that I have, or, any kids of my loved ones falling into gorilla pits.
I could just picture you there. The zoo ranger lines up the shot. And you're like, wait, hold on.
This is.
Let me think about this.
Yeah. Do I really need that one?
Bullets, and you're just like, no. You your hand is on the rifle, holding it down.
Yeah.
He's just
meanwhile, the kid's getting ripped apart. No,
oh no, I think a gorilla.
I think they're fine
with a child.
Yeah,
there is a part of me that wants to believe that the gorilla would be kind to the child.
Yeah. Oh man,
communism.
I want to go back to the gorilla.
Yeah, I want to go back. Gorillas live in a communistic state where, it's all equality.
It's all socialism. It's all social. They share all. No, that's actually not how it works.
Yeah.
Gorilla packs. Anyway, communism, bad.
Who says?
No.
They're living. We're living.
Communism is scary, man.
It is.
Just because it's just, to me, another systemic abuse of power.
Yeah, regulation of norms that, just keeps people in check and scared constantly.
Yeah.
Living in fear, but then, you have that, I don't know, not monarchy, but like the group of power.
Yeah.
Just, okay, you can have this, you can have this. Hey, why do you have all those bags? This person should also have bags. We gotta take these bags. Wait, what did you say? Boom. Okay, here's all these bags now.
Love it. That's a perfect example. I think Orson Welles got it right with 1984 and how that all went. That it's really just, I don't think humans are really meant to be governed at a super high level. I think that's not how we're built. That's not how we've survived for centuries and for thousands of years. And I think that communism would just have to keep repeating itself and do some pretty crazy stuff to a large group of people to stay in effect, because people just want to be free. It's human nature. So
do they though? Or do people want to be told what to do?
They want the illusion of freedom.
They want, yes, correct. They want structure, but they want to be able to make choices.
Yeah, they want the illusion of freedom, but communism just removes any option to be an individual.
Removes thought process.
Exactly. It removes language. It does everything to minimize the ability for an individual to function outside of the whole. So communism to me, I'm not an anarchist, but I'm also not, I can't ever see myself thinking that that's a good idea to sway that far into a governing body.
Hey, when you're in power, maybe you're going to be like, why aren't these people doing exactly what I told them to do when we're throwback
make
to
everybody the same and make them do all the work that I wanted to do.
When we're space lords, here's a throwback to our earlier episodes. When we become space lords.
Love that. Throwback.
Then what we invoke as the governing power.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Magicians.
What?
Oh, wow. Look at this. This is cycling back in on each other.
Things happen.
Well, who do you think the wealthiest magician is? Who do you think
I think Penn and Teller are top three.
Top three.
For sure.
Okay.
David Blaine's got to be top 3 up there as well.
Really? I think top 10, not top 3.
Top 10, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, is he too old?
There's one other duo that's probably one of the top earners. There's what is
Phineas
that?
and Ferb.
No, that's cartoon.
Oh.
I'm talking about who are the other people that had animals in their show? It wasn't gorillas.
It was Joe Exotic and
they made a lot of cats disappear.
Yeah, they did. And Carol Baskin.
Yeah, she made a lot of husbands disappear.
Allegedly. But she probably did.
Hail, you kittens and cats and weirdos.
No, magician. I love magic. Watching Penn and Teller fool us. I think that's the coolest show. Where not wannabe, but people that are magicians, but people that want to show what they have, and not even to fool Penn and Teller, but to just to be in front of Penn and Teller and hey, this is what I can do.
The Boy Scouts.
I was never in the Boy Scouts, but they don't have cookies. They don't have.
You telling me Boy Scouts don't offer the world things like the Girl Scouts offer the world, and they're less than because of it?
This one is just full of landmines.
Tippy toe.
Tippy toe. The Boy Scouts, I know a lot of Boy Scouts.
Scouts honor.
I know some Boy Scouts, and they are all great guys. I will say that.
Yeah.
All the guys who have Eagle badges or Eagle Scouts.
What do they have to do to get that Eagle Scout? What other badges that they have to earn? They can make fires. They can ride a bike.
The dick sucking badge.
Oh Jesus, you took it there. I thought we were gonna skirt it.
Yeah. No, sorry. It's not about. It's so bad about that because then the Boy Scouts look bad. The young men who are developing the Boy Scouts, if they're doing it and they like it, they are somehow looked at as sidewise. sideways glances, but it's not their fault. It's people who were in a power and abused it.
Yeah.
So I think, but at the same time, Boy Scouts have generated incredible growth in America and really helped shape what young guys can be. So
the idea
all jokes
is
aside,
great.
Yeah, all jokes aside, it's good.
Same with religion. Ideally, it's great, but then we got these abuse of power where you're not practicing what you preach, and
exactly.
And
but I would say more often than not, it's probably a few bad eggs. Honestly, that's probably the idea. But it is funny though. Why didn't they ever sell cookies like Girl Scouts?
What they were selling?
They should have sold cheeseburger like door to door. Like, hey, so we got your barbecue, we got your blue cheese cheeseburger. Like it's in a little red wagon. Like they're just like selling cheeseburger door to door.
They were selling life skills. Okay, what's gonna happen when you're out and you got your family? And you're in the woods. Who's gonna make that fire? Who's gonna build that tent? Who's gonna fetch the water? And you'll be able to provide a communist setting and dictate what everyone should be doing.
That's what the Boy Scouts of America.
Yeah.
No, I actually think the Boy Scouts of America is probably
submarines.
Submarines. You go over to Papa Joe's submarine sandwiches. Bite yourself into a nice juicy cheeseburger steak sub. That's my go-to.
Nice.
But yeah, submarine sandwiches.
Submarine sandwiches are cool. I'm waiting for the luxury submarine. You have your boat. You got a boat. You got your boat. No, you have like a luxury submarine. You have a giant mega yacht. Why can't you build a submarine that is worth $40 million and you just hang out on it and you go to the Caribbean and you're just like under the water,
that's got to be dangerous. You got current. I don't know
how's it more dangerous than a boat.
Sharp, jagged cliffside rocks, giant.
I guess it is harder to see.
Yeah, you don't have as much visibility.
I guess. Okay, you got me. You got me on visibility.
But it would be cool. But then what if people get claustrophobic? Like I feel like if you're on a boat, like you can be like, okay, at least there's fresh air. I can't see land for miles, but like in a U-boat or like you're under there and you're just like, oh my God, I'm going crazy in these tiny walls.
That's true. You're exactly right. I think you're right. You just completely nailed it.
People are gonna be freaking out.
Have you seen like the cartel submarines?
Ostriches.
I
have not seen the ostriches. No, I have. At the zoo, ostrich eggs though. They're supposed to be like these, like insane natural creation of structural strength.
Yeah.
For an egg.
Yeah.
And like people are standing 200-pound guys is standing on these eggs and. They're not breaking.
What?
As long as you do it like you're not like jumping on it.
Sure.
Like, you gotta ease onto it, but it holds the pressure.
Wow.
It just distributes it.
How's the baby ostrich get out of it?
That's why they're the craziest bird.
Yeah, they must be strong as hell.
Those strong legs. That's their training. How they get so fast. They're just like yeah.
Get out. Many kicks.
Like what was it? Johnny Cage, the bicycle kick.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing inside the.
Was it you who quoted Bruce Lee about I don't fear the man who's kicked 10,000 different kicks. I fear the man who's kicked one 10,000 times.
Yeah. Who's
that's a baby ostrich.
Who's practiced 10,000 kicks, but the man who practiced one kick 10,000.
Yeah. That's a baby ostrich, just in the shell. Just feel like we're
to be the best, you got the best.
just a Rocky workout in there, just drinking his own yolk.
Fight to survive.
just.
We have Shipwrecks.
Never been on one.
Never been in a shipwreck. Knock on wood.
Don't go on ships.
The Edmund
I'm
Fitzgerald,
a submarine guy.
local shipwreck. The wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald.
Would you, if you had the chance, would you dive down to that?
Oh, that's like you see all these like scuba diving expeditions and expositions. Like all these Johnston Island, Kelly's Islands. Like that's like a event or thing that you can do is a shipwreck tours.
Yeah,
that's just freaky to me. Like,
yeah,
these are probably where.
Did you see the one
died.
with the person buried? They like sunk a weird ass giant shark. Like, so these guys were just swimming along, and it was like in Lake Michigan, and it looks like a piece of a like carnival ride. But you come up to it, it's just this giant shark. And freak them out. And cause they're just like, oh hey,
they're
look,
real.
They're like taking pictures. We're under the water. Look, we're under the water, Lake Michigan. Look it. And then this giant shape comes out. It's not moving. It's just there.
Yeah.
And it's a shape like a shark. So you see the profile, and you're like, I'm in Lake Michigan. What is this?
They came up the Mississippi.
It's a creepy
The bull
shark.
sharks. Bull sharks are coming up the Mississippi and then into Michigan or whichever one. Whatever, Superior. I don't know them.
Dude, it's a creepy video. It's so creepy.
But yeah, no, Shipwrecks, that it's like
I just looked it up.
it's sad. It's too sad and scary for me to want to go down there and like.
Yeah, it is. Did anybody die on that?
Got time for one more. We got tattoos.
Tattoos?
Do you have a tattoo?
No, I don't.
I have several tattoos.
Really?
No, I haven't.
Oh, I was gonna say how long
The
have
one
you been friends?
tattoo I would get would be like a tattoo of a bigger penis on my penis. You know, really just flush it out.
Just add some contour to it.
Yeah.
Like just permanent makeup.
Just some shaping.
Like, some shaping.
No, I don't know. Like tattoo. If I would get one, it would probably be like in a Lord of the Rings setting where they all got the tattoo of the ring.
Something really meaningful.
So yeah, it would have to be something really meaningful. So if I was in ever like a group or some kind of like setting like that, you went through some shit. Like
Yeah.
we got to remember this.
Velocity Chaos podcast.
Yeah.
Too. Got it.
BCP.
Yeah, I think I might get one by the end of my days, but
We'll see.
I'm still in the prime of my life and like to take my clothes off and stuff. So
Yeah.
I don't want to ruin that. But perfect timing.
All right.
That was just fun.
Wow, you blew through a lot of topics.
What about you, Endzone? You don't have a tattoo?
Oh, I don't like to talk about it. Makes me nervous.
It is a long night, though. You got it.
My cousin, side note, my cousin actually has a tattoo of the Ohio State Buckeye as a birthmark on his butt cheek.
Nice.
I mean, it's like the size of a real Buckeye, too. It's a great time.
Buckeyes, they have nothing to do with devices. But before we get into the next segment, I just want to bring up the device. The device is so easy and convenient to use. Even your grandma could use it. That's actually who got it for me for my birthday. The device was designed in a top secret laboratory by top tier scientists using top drawer tools. The device is a state-of-the-art technology that won't let you down, just like your grandma. So don't let us down and use your code VCPOD BOGO, B-O-G-O, at checkout to get a second of the device for 50% off to give to a friend. This is not an actual product, service, or idea. Just in case you thought it was, it's not. If there is something out there of the same name, we are unaware and have no affiliation and offer no judgment on the actual product, service, or idea.
It's a mouthful. It's a mouthful to get through. And then
No, I did that on purpose.
Yeah.
All right.
I get it. I got this very syllabic mouth.
I do too. Just in case you need some saliva.
But no, well, next thing we're going to get into another party knowledge segment. Last episode we did Constantine the Great, or was it 2 episodes ago?
Yeah, Constantine the Great.
Constantine the Great.
When was he born?
272 AD.
This guy learned something. Look at that. Party knowledge.
Created currency.
Created currency. It's all true. Wow, look at you, man. You're going to be the belle of the ball.
That's right. So this one I wanted to talk about something that is the future.
Nice.
Ladies and gentlemen, lady listeners, anyone in between or outside of the box, we are looking at the future right now. Resources are waning. New technologies are being tested. And with that, I present to you solar panel roads.
Wow.
Right. What do you think that means?
What do I think it means? Roads made out of conjoined solar panels that, I don't know, can charge your car or just feed into the local power system.
DJ Endzone?
Sounds like a poem to me, It's like a Pink Floyd song.
Kanye West haiku.
Going down this solar-powered road.
Yeah, but yeah, exactly what you think it means. It's
Nailed it.
roads that are made out of solar panels. It's a step up from wind turbine roads. Those didn't pass product testing because those just wouldn't work at all.
Car just driving. It's like in the action movie where you gotta shoot the gap. Where you're like,
I have to leave at 3:17. No sooner, no later. I have to go now.
if I miss this green light, I'm just gonna hit fan blades for the rest of my.
Yeah, I gotta wait till 3:24 if that's the case. But anyways, solar panel roads, it consists of modular pieces that are placed down. Some of them, they did like a hexagonal shape.
Hexagonal. I love that word.
Because that's, you got your bees nest, beehives.
Oh yeah,
those are natural hexagonal pieces that just fit together. Some of them are just actual rectangular square panels. But yeah, they got connectors, everything. Then there's a layer of glass on top of it. Technology of super powered glass. There are hundreds of miles of road in the U.S. I feel like that's a true statement. Hundreds of miles in the U.S.
Period. Done. Yeah. All right. Great job, Luke.
Actually, over 4 million miles of road in the U.S.
Okay. Wow.
So that's a lot of
That's a lot of surface.
a lot of surface that solar panel roads could be on, providing free energy.
Dang.
Once they're installed,
So what is the catch?
What is the catch? I mean, that's just a ton of material, though, soaking up the sun.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, wouldn't it be nice if we could take all that space, turn it? Sounds like a great idea.
It is a good idea.
Well, they've already implemented this idea in several locations.
Really?
Yes.
How'd it go?
We'll get there.
Slow down, Nick. Slow down.
I love your enthusiasm. No, I saw this idea years ago. I think when we were in college, like a Kickstarter, right when Kickstarter. I think this was the first big Kickstarter.
Yeah.
It's like solar panel roads.
People in the early days of Kickstarter were just throwing out ideas. They didn't know if they were plausible. They were just we found this new thing called crowdsourcing. Let's just throw out really brilliant ideas, raise a bunch of money, and see if we can figure it out.
We don't have anything. We just have an idea.
I'm a musician from Seattle. But you know what'd be great? Solar power roads. In Seattle? No, more like Texas, Florida.
We don't have sun in Seattle. But yeah, no, it makes sense. It's a great idea.
Yeah.
So I thought by now we'd be seeing more of those implemented.
Okay.
Therein lies the issue.
Okay.
Just like the head transplant. It's a great idea. Women. No. That's gonna be my no. I'm kidding. I'm
that
kidding.
road. I don't trust it.
So July 2016, the world's first solar panel road was installed in France. They call it French roads now because French fries, French toast. No,
French frodes.
French frodes.
French frodes.
They call it Wattway. They spent $5.2
cool.
million on how big of a road? How long do you think?
100 yards.
100 yards.
200 feet.
200 feet with conversion. 0.6 miles. We know that is at least a kilometer of mile.
Okay.
So I think they did 1 lane of 1 kilometer, 1 lane. So I think it was half the road. I was looking at it. It could be both sides.
Sure.
So I mean, we convert that less than 7 kilometers. 3,000 square feet of solar panel.
Yeah.
So that was 5.2 million to put that down. So for reference, it takes 4 to 6 million in a rural setting to construct 1 mile of a new 4-lane highway. So that's four lanes.
Wow.
That's about 5 million. So it takes 5 million to make 4 lanes of regular, concrete.
There's
asphalt.
a lot of upfront investment.
Yes.
There's a lot of money up in the front.
And then if you do a two lane, it's about 2 to 3 million. If you take that to an urban area, it's about 1.5 times that amount. Whatever. So yeah, the cost alone is just too much to handle.
Yeah.
And so in these things, they start deteriorating so quickly.
Yeah.
That the cost just isn't worth it right now. And they're not producing enough power.
So
where they're at.
Just like your counter to my submarine question.
Yes.
Which I'm still salty about. Why would you I could understand kinetic road that somehow picks up current from cars driving over it and taking the kinetic energy from that, but why not if you why put it on a road? Just put it in the field next to the road. Just put the solar panel there. Why would you put it in a place where it's going to be deteriorated faster by cars driving over it?
I mean, you're thinking, we already have these things paved out. They can power the lights and everything. It's already built into the infrastructure.
Okay,
so it's let's just tap in while we're here.
Got it.
So it just makes it easier. But I do agree that maybe they shouldn't be used for roads, but maybe more like bike paths or
bike
parks
paths
and stuff, and
Yeah.
just more wide open spaces.
Or why not just put a bunch of the solar panels down the middle of the median? That's a bunch of use space. It's public land because it's probably owned by the state or whatever.
Yeah.
Just put it down the middle of that. That way you're not taking up residential or other places.
Yeah.
And just down that. Solar is so interesting.
Yeah. And the other issue, they're scuffing up the glass and stuff, and what is that as far as safety, as far as driving on glass?
Oh yeah, wow.
Like I'm sure it's probably rough,
not as friction based for like asphalt.
And then there's oils and stuff spilling on it, so that you're starting to block the sun from getting there, and then what times of day are is it just completely blocked where now the roads are useless as far as absorbing energy,
and they're useless to drive on because they're slippery.
So like initially I thought that was a cool idea if it would work. And then they get modular those pieces, so it's like, oh, that cell 1522 is broken, let's go replace it with another one, and just pop it in, bam, back in business. But it's just not the case. But like I said, so if we can switch that to bikes can go on them, people running whatever, off the side, but you still need the sun.
That's kind of a cool idea.
It's a cool idea. So problems, cost effectiveness, longevity. They're not lasting as long as possible. People are stealing them because of the innards. I think that was a problem more early on. And there's that. But
I like your idea of putting them on bike paths, because then you can put features and different things that are like electric powered, health stations, water pump stations, things like that. And it's just, you can probably do, like I said, like 50 yards at a time. That's enough to power whatever little feature is right by the path.
Yeah, low intensity stuff. Or like driveways or something. Like put it in your driveway or a patch in your driveway. You're not parking there or you got a long driveway.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I'm glad we workshopped that, Luke. And I'm glad we didn't put it on to Kickstarter ourselves.
Yeah.
Unsuccessful campaign. Well, it's that time of the show, that favorite special time of the show, where we go down under to the land of the Roo. No, it's time for Aussie news. It's time where we go down and check out what's going on with our friends.
What happened?
In the island nation. What happened is actually really interesting. The Aussie government bought the Aboriginal flag for $14 million USD this week. They bought the rights indefinite.
Who'd they buy it from?
Yeah, so that's what's interesting. The story of the Aboriginal flag. It's an interesting flag. It's pretty nice, pretty handsome. It's 2 horizontal bars. I think the top's black and the bottom's red, and there's a yellow circle, like a sun, right in the middle of the flag. And it was designed by artist Harold Thomas, who's an indigenous Aboriginal person. He designed it in 1971 for a civil rights rally, right?
Okay.
And throughout the decades, people have been using it just in art and in clothing and all that. But then in 2018, he retained the rights to the art. He sold it to a clothing company. And then what happened was they started like issuing like cease and desist and infringement like
all these
mandates. The company to like nonprofits who were like using it to put it on T-shirts and
oh my god,
didn't ask for permission. So they were kind of heavy-handedly like saying, no, this is ours now, it's exclusive, blah blah blah. And so the Australian government, probably in a good move, I think in a wise move, intervened, said, look, we will buy this for the Commonwealth of Australia and we'll purchase it for X amount. They purchased it from probably the company and from the guy.
Yeah.
And in perpetuity. So now anybody in Australia, any Australian citizen, maybe everybody in the world can use the flag in art and in apparel and stuff to represent Aboriginal peoples. So kind of an interesting story. I think kind of a win for the civil government, though.
Hey, Australia.
Good job.
Way to be a good guy.
Good job, Australia. I like it.
That's awesome.
I like it. Now I can order a flag for myself.
Yeah.
Or I can just make my own.
Yeah, that could be our new logo.
Velocity Chaos.
Yeah. No, I think that's a great thing. Like, that guy gets paid. Getting however much money he got for it. Like, this is his work getting put in of, since 1971. This is 40 years later.
Yeah.
Doing in the work, making that magic happen where, it might not be for magic, but it was magical the way that the money got into his account, after that long. And it's just in life, you gotta think, what are you doing? Where are you going? Sometimes, you're in a submarine and then you're checking out Shipwrecks, and you're like, wait a second, why are we underwater? Let's hop on the plane before it's too late and we're all in a coffin, because we don't want to be in a coffin. No, we don't. We want to be good little Boy Scouts going out into the world, making fires that, you know, feed people, because, you know, you got to cook the food that you hunt. And it might not be what you want it, but the future is coming. Solar panel roads or pathways, you know, they will be here. And when you want something bad enough, you just got to give it to the people and pay that $14 million, because why not? Why you got to be stingy? Why you got to keep everyone else down? And, you know, that's the problem with communism. It really is. Thank you, everyone. All right, recommendation station. Let's take it there. This one, nice and simple. Treat yourself, okay? This is a segment where we, you know, give you a book, a movie, idea, something to try. What I'm going to tell you to do, try sleep. Good, solid 8 hours. Lay your head down, no disturbances. It does wonders for your body, rejuvenates your body, rejuvenates your mind.
You did so much research for this one.
I did. Not today. I did very little research. I did the contrary. I was
disrupted.
How much sleep works for 2 hours of sleep? Is that good enough? No. 8 hours, much better. Get 8 hours.
Great recommendation. Luke, I felt the energy back in this one. This was a good vibe. This is a good hangout. Thanks for going with me. DJ Endzone. Lots of TDs, lots of tutties today. Good job. Thank you for being on the board and for supporting us through the Buzzkill round.
Thanks for having me, boys. Always a good time.
This is Nick, Velocity Chaos Podcast, signing off till next time.
And this is Luke. Thanks for sticking with us through this one. Catch us on the last one. Catch us on the next one. And like we always say, you can't fly your ships underwater or you're going to be in a coffin. Have a good one. Thank you for tuning in to the Velocity Chaos Podcast. We upload new episodes every Monday and Thursday. Be sure to subscribe and rate us on iTunes, Spotify, or your podcast platform of choice. Interact with us on Instagram at Velocity Chaos Pod or on Facebook and YouTube at Velocity Chaos Podcast. We are grateful for your time and hope you enjoyed it here. Please tell a friend, and thank you once again.